This is Ian Hamilton, Field Technical Manager for the West. I'm down here on the 19th of May at the Hampshire Spring Malting Barley Trials and Demonstration site just outside Andover. It's now just over 7 weeks since drilling, and things have moved on quite nicely. Despite the relatively low rainfall in the last 2 or 3 weeks, the reasonable amount of rainfall in April has allowed the crop to get established pretty well. In the foreground here is the variety screen. We've got a simple untreated versus treated set of varieties. The most noticeable thing you'll see in the foreground are the heritage varieties. These are varieties which are grown to check out how they're still performing 50 or 100 years since they were first introduced. And then beyond that we have the main modern varieties. The thing you'll notice most about these heritage varieties is the growth habit, much more erect, vertical, compared to the modern varieties which have a shorter growth habit. Just to illustrate that difference, at the bottom you've got Laureate, which is a modern variety, and at the top of there we've got Golden Promise. And nodal growth stage, there's about a difference of 1 node between the two. They're all at around growth stage 30 to 31, but some of the heritage varieties are almost showing growth stage 32. Final leaf 3 is actually emerging, and we can see the embryonic ear as well. So there you've got the first full node there, growth stage 31, and at the end here you've got what is final leaf 3 emerging. Disease levels are pretty low at the moment. Not been a lot of rainfall, as I've said, and even if you look at closely at the older heritage varieties here which have lower disease resistance, we can't actually see a lot of disease as yet, but that of course can change as the season goes on, and we'll be monitoring that on a weekly basis. At this end of the trial we have a variety seed rate growth regulator interaction where we've got Laureate and SY Tungsten, the new variety from Syngenta, at 300, 400 and 500 seeds per square metre. At the moment all you can see is a colour difference between the two varieties, with Tungsten being slightly paler. The first PGR application of a low rate of modus was applied last week at the same time as the first fungicide which is applied to the plots. They will get another PGR application of Ethafon at around growth stage 37, which is probably likely to be in a week to 10 days time. At this side we have 2 fully replicated trials in the commercial crop of Laureate. The first one is a nitrogen rate growth regulator interaction. You can just start picking out a couple of pale plots as you look further down. These are the plots which have received no applied nitrogen. The rest of the trial has had between 125 and 175 kilos of N, and we'll be monitoring ear counts, yield and specific weight. And then just to the right of that is another replicated trial, again in the commercial crop, which is looking at fungicide programs. The first sprays went on last week. The next ones will be next week, with a further one probably in about 3 weeks time, and again they'll all be taken to yield. So that's all for now. Another update in due course.